Today we are looking at applications of percents, which is a review of lesson 6.6. Our I can statement for today: I can use percents to solve real-life problems with multiple steps. So, applications of percents. We're going to look at several different types of problems here, and the first type of problem is looking at discounted prices. So here it says use a model to show the percent paid when an item is on sale. And for example here it says if something is marked down 20%, what percent are you actually paying? So they show us this model of a tape diagram which represents 100%. So we've got our 10 boxes all the way up to 100%. So each one of those boxes is worth 10%. And it's marked down 20%, so it means you're paying 20% or 2 boxes less than the full price. So that means what percent are you actually paying? 80%. So if it's 20% off, then you're paying 80% of the actual price. And just as a reminder here, it says when you illustrate a markdown or discount, same thing, with a model, we're going to shade it from the right to the left to show the new amount is less than 100%. All right, so let's take a look at our first problem here. A PlayStation game originally priced $50 is on sale for 10% off. What is the sales price of the game? So we're going to use the model. We've got 10 boxes again here, so each one is going to be 10%. I'm going to put my percent markings at the top here, so the whole bar is 100%. All right, so let's see. This is 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. Okay, so each box is worth 10%. Okay, the game is originally $50, so $0 here. Total is $50. 10% off. We're going to use the model here. So that means I'm crossing out one box on the top. So 10% off means I'm paying 90%. That means I have 9 of my 10 boxes. And all of my boxes together are going to be worth 50. So if I divide my 50 into the 10 boxes, that means each one is going to be worth 5. 5 for the first box, 5 for the second box, and so on. So if each one of those boxes is worth 5, then at 90%, I have 9 times 5, that's going to be $45. That's going to be the sale price. Okay, so let's support that with some calculations. So 10% of 50, that's the same thing as doing 50 divided by 10. That's 5. That's how we did it. We did divide by 10. You could have also thought of it this way, 1/10 times 50. Both of those mean the same thing. And then we subtract it. So it was $5 as our discount. When we subtract 50 minus 5, we get 45. So that's one way to do it without the tape diagram. Or we could say, okay, I know I'm going to pay 90% because 100% minus 10% is 90%. So I can multiply by the decimal of 90%, which would be 9/10 or 90/100ths. I get that by dividing by 100 or moving the decimal 2 places to the left. And 9/10 times $50 is $45. Either way of doing that problem is correct, but you do have to subtract in there somewhere because it's a sale price. All right, let's take a look at our next type of problem. So our next type of problem is using sales tax. So sales tax, we can use either a proportion or an equation. When they say the rate, that means the percent. And remember, for percent proportions, percent goes over 100. And then part goes over whole. We looked at is and of, but for our story problems about sales tax, the sales tax amount is going to be our part and our total sales will be our whole. And if you prefer to use an equation, then we've got our percent times our whole equals our part. The whole is the sales, the part is the sales tax. Just remember, when we use an equation, we have to do the decimal form of our percent, just like we did in earlier lessons. So if we're going to use the equation form, we need to make sure that's a decimal. All right, so let's go ahead and try this problem. Kelly bought a new phone for $159 at the mall, where sales tax rate is 8 7/75%. How much was the sales tax? What was the total cost of the phone? They're asking us two different questions here. First one, what's the sales tax? So let's go ahead and figure that out. So our sales tax rate, our percent goes over 100. I have the proportion version set up. 8 7/75% over 100. And then part over whole on this side, the part is the sales tax. We don't know what that is, but we do know the whole, and that is our cost of $159. Okay, no easy multiplication patterns on this one, so we're going to go ahead and do cross products. 100 times, I used X and the blanks of N, but that's okay, it doesn't really matter, is 100N. And then when I do 8.75 times 159, then I get 1,391 and 25/100. So those were my cross products. Now I have to divide both sides by 100 to get my variable by itself. Remember, dividing by 100 is like moving that decimal 2 places to the left. So I get 13.9125 dollars. But it's money, and money can only have 2 decimals. So we're going to round that one to 13.91. So $13.91 is the sales tax paid. Okay, that's the first question. The second question, total cost. Total means add, so we've got to add the parts together. All right, so I'm going to add $13.91, and I'm going to add it to 159, and I get $172.91. Yes, you can use a calculator to help you with this, but you still have to show all of your work. If you're a person who likes equations, here's what it would look like. We would take our percent for 8 7/75. That's our percent. We would change it into decimal form by moving that decimal 2 places over to the left. And then we would use our decimal form, 0.0875 times our sales, 159, equals our sales tax. And when we multiply these together, that's where we would get our $13.91. So this is what it looks like for an equation. This is what it looks like for a proportion. You can use either method. All right, let's take a look at our commission one. Same exact setup as our last one, except instead of the words sales tax rate, it's commission rate. Commission is the amount of like a bonus that someone earns for selling something. So like car dealerships, people that work for selling cars get bonuses every time that they sell a car. People that have sell houses, same thing. It's called commission. It's a bonus they get for selling something. And it's based on a rate. So they might earn 5% or 1% or 2% of whatever they sell. That's the rate. That's the percentage number. Percent over 100, part over whole. Here the part is the commission amount. That's like the bonus money that they get, over the whole, which is the total amount sold. If we use an equation, our percent would need to be in decimal form. On proportion, you don't have to worry about that, but on an equation, you need a percent form in decimals, change to a decimal, times your sales, which is the whole, equals the commission, which is your part. All right, so I have a proportion set up here. I'm going to read through the problem, and then you're going to pause it and try it on your own. It's the same as the last one, except using the words commission instead of sales tax. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at this one. A real estate is paid a monthly salary of $900 plus commission. Last month, he sold one condominium for $65,000, earning a 4% commission on the sale. How much was his commission, and what was his total pay last month? All right, so we know that $900 is how much that realtor automatically gets paid. Everything else is commission. Okay, so we're going to get it set up. I'll help you get it set up, and then you're going to solve it on your own. The sales is $65,000. We don't know what the commission is. I'm going to put N here. We do know the commission rate is 4%. So percent over 100, 4 out of 100, equals our commission amount over the total sales. So go ahead and pause the video and finish this problem. All right, let's go ahead and check our answer. All right, so we're going to go ahead and do cross products. That's how it's set up here. So I'm going to do 65,000, and I am going to multiply by 4. That gives me 260,000. And then 100 times n is 100n. We divide by the number with the variable. On this one, it's dividing by 100. Remember, dividing by 100 is like moving that decimal 2 places over to the left. So n equals $2,600. So we divide it by 100. That's the bonus. That's not the total. So now we need to add that on. 2,600 plus that bonus of 1,900. And when we, or I'm sorry, not 1,900, 900. So 2,600 plus the 900, that is the normal salary. And we get $3,500 as the total amount of pay. All right, let's try another problem. This one's set up as an equation. A sales associate earned $770 in commission in May. If his commission is 7% of the sales, how much were his sales in May? This one's set up to use an equation. So we're going to use this. Remember, an equation percent is a decimal. We're going to take our commission rate times our sales equals our commission amount of money. This time we don't know what the sales were. A sales associate earned $770 in commission in May. If his commission is 7% of sales, how much were his sales in May? All right, so let's get the equation set up. 7% as a decimal is 700. We move that decimal 1, 2 places over, placeholder 0. And then it's going to equal $770. Okay, go ahead and pause the video and finish solving that equation. Okay, let's go ahead and check our answers. So first step is to write the percent rate as a decimal. I actually wrote it here. I guess the blanks were set up to do the percent first. 700 times S equals 770. We're going to divide both sides by the number in front of the variable. On this one, it's 7/100. So we're going to do 770. We're going to divide by 7/100. And our answer here is going to be 11,000. So the associate sales in May were $11,000.